Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, happy Thursday. To with the war that is currently being fought, that we need to understand is taking place and why digital assets is going to play a huge role in the global reset in asset-backed digital currencies and why XRP few of us that are XRP holders, how we can be blessed with generational wealth, in my humble opinion. So we're going to get into it, guys. This is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. Let's go over the market because, the market is doing what the market does. Oh, Songbird, just right. I hope you guys had a chance to vote on the proposal on Songbird about basically taking that cap from 10% to down to 2.5%. I hope you had a chance to take advantage of your wrapped Songbird and participate in the vote. I hope that you have. If you have not, let me know. If you don't know how, let me know. Or actually, if you don't know how, just go to Flare Community YouTube channel, Flare Community on YouTube. Check out his video. He runs you through it. It's really quick. It's less than 5 minutes, and it's really simple to do. But make sure that you are participating in this new asset class that is a digital asset space. Bought some more Songbird last night as well, because for me personally, just got on a side note, I think Songbird can become the next Kusama. And if you've been in this space long enough, you know what happened with Kusama, right? Because Songbird is the kind of the test, if you will, experimental network for Flare networks. Kusama was the test slant experimental network for Polkadot, right? And I think personally that the Songbird network can be just as potent and massive as Kusama. And I think Flare networks is a game to make it just more significant than Polkadot. I really do. So when you take a look at Kusama, listen, the definition of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. Take a look at Kusama. It's currently trading at $25.64. I'm not suggesting that you go out and buy any particular digital asset. We don't do that here on this channel. But look at the all-time high for Kusama, $621 at one time. $621. It's trading at 87 cents now. Currently, Songbird is a penny or less than a penny. It's the new thing on the block. It's that game-changing experimental slant testing network for Flare networks, which when launched is an absolute monster. It's a game changer in crypto. Game changer. Game changer. I mean, look. Historical, unprecedented layer one blockchain is Flare networks. And the experimental slant test network, if you will, for Flare networks is Songbird. So just take a picture from Kusama. I say, do your homework and realize what happened there. And I think Songbird. That's what I think. All right. So listen, according to CoinGecko, shout out to CoinGecko, guys. Make sure you go to that site. Down app, absolutely game-changing app, game changer. Its total cryptocurrency market cap is 832 billion, down from $3 trillion at one time, is an all-time high. Bitcoin dominance is at 38.5%. Bitcoin is trading at $16,631 again, and Ethereum is trading at $1,200 again. Look at XRP trading at 34.5 cents again. Nothing really to report. On the 7 days, some double figure reds, you know how it is. The market is just doing what the market does. It's just doing what the market does. Guys, listen, I want to share just a couple of things. I think I'm just going to go on XRP buyback for now. Molly, I think her name is Molly Elmore. She did a really awesome job in interviewing Jimmy Valley. Her channel is called Clever. I'm not subscribed. Clever Hummingbird. You want to check her out. You really, really do want to go check out this interview. She asked some really, really great questions. And again, it's up to you how you choose to participate in this space. It's up to you, your approach. This is an hour and 34 minutes. I listen to every single second. Will you? It's really up to you. Or will you be, the closed-minded investor? Can you imagine a closed-minded investor? Can you imagine? I mean, you can take the approach of developers and former developers on the ledger who suggest that they're who are grifters and scammers. You can take that approach. Or you can take the approach to level up. You can say, I don't have time as an investor to level up. Or you can spend an hour and 34 minutes leveling up your IQ so that XRP IQ, so that you know what it is that you hold. You can be a serious student in this asset class or not. It's up to you. In the Crypto Sieges home, no one is going to mistake us for not being a serious student in this asset class. She did a really, really good job. Go check out her channel, subscribe. The questions that she asked, phenomenal. I hope you take the opportunity to listen to every single second of this, right? So that you know, right? Because the universe wants to know, are you serious or not? The creator wants to know, are you serious or not? Are you leveling up and preparing for generational wealth? The creator wants to know if you're serious about that kind of stuff or not. Not going to give it to those, not going to bless those who aren't prepared, who aren't serious. Facts. So check that out for sure. So I'm going to share this video. I did this here. Where is this at? On Twitter. Did this on Twitter. Let me go to my thing here. And I put this out. I put the most important, one of the most important parts of that video. One of the most important. There's a lot of important stuff. One of the most important, okay? Jimmy Valley, new XRP buyback proposed and a version, okay? At crypto_siege to get the short version. But I do encourage you to watch every second of that video. I think this is important here, right? I really, really do think that it's important to kind of get the bigger picture because a lot of people don't understand the XRP buyback, right? I did a video on my channel. If you want to listen to a short version, 6 minutes and 41 seconds on the XRP buyback and why the Fed can't buy XRP at 35 cents. Go check that out on Crypto Siege on YouTube, Crypto CEEJ on YouTube. You're going to want to get every second of it. You got to understand what Clyde on title means. You got to understand what is a liquidating agent and what does it mean to participate in the XRP buyback? You got to understand what Clyde on title means, right? These things you got to understand. If you want to know what it is that you hold. On Twitter. Very, very, very important. So a lot of people don't understand it. And I think what's most important to kind of get is knowing what you hold. Let's go that route first, and then you can wrap your brain around, right? You can wrap your brain around this XRP buyback and why Jimmy is doing what he's doing. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. It's important to understand, right? It's better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. This is what I teach my students. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Hyperinflation is a huge characteristic of any war. Revolution environments and inevitable. Goods and services, supply chains become uncertain. Is that not going on right now? How many of you walked into your local Costco, can't get any water, can't get any eggs? Right? It's goods and services, supply chains becomes uncertain, unavailable, delayed, creating huge price uncertainty and inflation. We are now in a huge US versus China, Russia freezing war. There's a war going on right now. I want to share this here with you. Let me do this one. Let me share Black Swan capitalist thing again to kind of point out how the institutions and central banks are preparing for the war. Former Goldman, shout out to Black Swan capitalist Fasana Jarrah. Former Goldman Sachs manager and director confirms central banks are about to reset the global monetary system using blockchain technology. XRP is the only digital asset specifically designed for financial institutions and payment providers. Take a listen to the former Goldman Sachs managing director, Nomi Prince. I've listened to this several times. A while back, I get her stuff, but take a listen to this.
Will soon own. We're also about to see massive changes in the $23 trillion world of big finance. In the months ahead, central about to be reset, overhauled by a new type of technology called fintech, which is short for financial technology.
Yeah, can I ask you, what exactly does that mean for the banks and all of us, you and me?
Essentially, it means the function of our banks is about to change. They probably won't raise public suspicion about it by changing the signs on your bank's branches, but according to my sources, the Federal Reserve will soon own all the banks, and your local branch, it's simply going to be like a licensee of the
According
Fed.
to her sources, that's interesting. The Federal Reserve here in the United States is and the commercial banks, right? Kind of a war for relevancy, a war for jurisdiction, territory, market share.
In other words, the banking infrastructure is being rebuilt from the ground up, and very few Americans are aware this is even happening. We're also about to...
The banking infrastructure is being rebuilt from the ground up. Ripple portrayed or claimed themselves as a banking, is a blockchain infrastructure company. Remember that retagging of who they were? Remember that? And you got to understand XRP and where it's going to, the role that it's going to play. Let's talk about XRP and CBDCs and stablecoins. Listen, let me read what he says here. Shout out to Real Studio Blue for sharing this. It says XRP is an efficient, am I following you? Yeah, let me follow RSB. XRP is an efficient bridge between two assets, including stablecoins and CBDCs. XRP is an efficient bridge asset, a sufficient bridge between two assets. Let me say that again. An efficient bridge between two assets. A lot of assets out there in the world. It's a bridge between those two. If there's a war going on, how much does the U.S. want to hang out and participate with what U.S. and China's got going on? There's marketplaces, but they're going to want to bridge asset between them. Right? It says including stable coins and CBDC. So you understand the power and prowess of XRP? It's neutral. It's jurisdictionless. Here's one that's really, really important. It's censorship resistant. It doesn't have any central counterparty you need to trust. Massive. So it can be used as sort of a universal bridge. Take a listen to David Schwartz say the same thing.
CBDCs, it's neutral. Opportunity. So stablecoins and CBDCs can make domestic payments better, and that's extremely important because if domestic payments aren't good, international payments can't possibly be good. Every international payment, at least a retail or consumer one or anything that's not directly between the largest banks, there's going to be a domestic payment on each side. If I'm going to pay a vendor in Italy, there's going to be a domestic payment once my funds get to Italy to that vendor. And so making domestic payments better is essential if we're going to make everything else better too. XRP is an efficient bridge between two assets, including stablecoins and CBDCs. It's neutral, it's jurisdictionless, it's censorship resistant, it doesn't have any central counterparty that you need to trust, so it can be used as a sort of universal bridge. And blockchains are what provide that level playing field so that banks and regulators can live in a multi-asset future without having to deal with hundreds of different APIs, hundreds of different controllers or different rule sets.
That's the asset.
Opportunity.
That's the asset, and that's the thing that we hold. Jimmy Valley recognizes and understands this, and understands that there's this global thing taking place. There's the reset, right? There's the global reset. There's Nomi Prince just shared that the infrastructure of banks is being rebuilt from the ground up, moving into this new asset class, that's the digital asset space with blockchain technology. And there is going to have to be interoperability, right? The ILP takes care of that. There's going to have to be a neutral bridge asset in between because the emerging nations like Jimmy Valley shared the countries and other emerging countries, and they're tired of the old system. They want to be able to do their own thing, right? They want to have their own monetary policy and do their own thing. So how can we interoperate together, but yet be able to still have our own sovereign currency, if you will, and our own monetary policy, but yet still be able to interoperate, right? Right? You're going to need a neutral bridge asset, right? You're going to need an asset that can communicate, that can transfer value, so the U.S. can get their sovereign currency, and Russia can get their sovereign currency, and China can get their sovereign currency without having to use the current world reserve currency. That's what's going on. Nations, it ain't just the BRICS nation. The BRICS nations are just the nations willing to stand up and speak their mind about being tired of being weaponized and taken advantage of through the SWIFT system and the current reserve currency. But there are other nations as well, right? There are other nations as well. And Jimmy recognizes that at one point in time, there is going to be an evaluation of this asset. That the G7 and G20 nations of the world are going to recognize the prowess of the XRP ledger, of the interletter protocol, and the asset that makes it all go, XRP. But if these nations come together and recognize the thing, don't you think they're going to want that thing? Let's take a listen to this, because I think this is important to share with you guys.
It's all going to, the truth is all going to be revealed eventually. And that may take another year, may take 5 years. I don't think it's going to take as long as, say, learning that the CIA was involved in the Kennedy assassination. But, it's going to, in some number of years, we're going to learn how significant our government's involvement in the suppression and the FUD process was. And at that point, he's going to need a damages model, right? We're going to need to know what the fair market value of XRP truly could have. Went away the first day. So, you basically hit the pause button on the project for America for, 24 months now. We're talking significant damages. We want to actually have a tried and true defensible valuation that assumes basically one major thing. If that lawsuit wouldn't have happened, if the regulatory capture would not have occurred, and it was free to just go on its way and be adopted, and even its ultimate intended use case, which is to transfer all the value in a tokenized world, what is the present value of that number? And have several different models of football, or selling a company or selling a bunch of oil or something. People will go through these exact same type of analysis. It's an asset, just like any other asset. We're going to put a value on that. And then when the lawsuit happens, once people are certain, and Galaxy Digital and Multicoin and on and on and on, once we realize how pervasive this fraud was, they're going to want a big number because they'll realize how substantial it really was.
Yeah, and that's just one or two really great points, questions back and forth between Molly and Jimmy Valley. I encourage you guys, to take the time to level up your IQ on the greatest digital asset ever created in XRP. Take the time, grab your favorite libation if you need to, and take your time to listen to every second of this interview. Jimmy Valley, my friends, is a warrior. Recognize the war going on. And he understands two simple things. It is better to be prepared. This is what this is about. This is better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than to have an opportunity to be prepared. And I promise you, my friends, it is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. In that interview, he says time and time again, the masses don't even know what's going on. They have no idea what's going on. And we're blessed. We're blessed to be in a position where we are in the know, my friends. All right, guys, listen, this is going to wrap up your XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you enjoyed the hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel so we can break that stupid shadow ban on this channel for telling the truth. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this video like I do. I'm going to end this one like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.